evaluation and selection. But even if I don't get to, it's fine. We'll see how far we can go. Who's going to be the timekeeper? Just let me have only 30 minutes of maths. So who's going to be the timekeeper? Kuzi, are you there? LGK, you'll be the timekeeper, right? Lechakwa? Okay. Right, let's start. Here's the first one. The region that satisfies the inequalities. So what I want to do is, the reason why I love to do questions with you is to reinstate the steps into you. Reinstate the steps into you over and over and over and over again until you all become serious masters. So let's go. Here we know that when I see inequalities, when I see it like this is what we call a compound inequality, which means that you have two inequalities in one. So what you should do is you should open it up. Quickly open it up. You take this one as the first one, then you take this one as the second one. Y should always be there. So the first one is minus 3 is less than y. This is the first one, right? Which is going to be this one. Let's open it up. So that's what we do. Minus 3 is less than y. It gets here. Then the second inequality in this compound is y is less than or equal to 2. So you're going to put the second one, y is less than or equal to 2. Now, what is the first thing that we are going to do? The first thing that we are going to do is change it to equal sign, okay? Don't leave it in this form. Change it to equal sign. So you'd say y is equal to x minus 1. Here, minus 3 is equal to y. Here, y is equal to 2. These three. Then what you do now, you plot these lines. You do not sketch inequalities. I will be seriously disappointed if I have students who see an inequality which says sketch or something, the region, whatever. Here it says the region that satisfies by drawing suitable lines. If I see you trying to use an inequality to draw lines, I will be seriously disappointed, because that's a lack of, I don't know. You need to make them into equations. Smart students, come on, I'm depending on you guys. You do not sketch and you don't draw a line of an inequality. There's no such thing. Inequality is the region after the line. The line is from the equation. So don't even look at the sign. Change it to an equal sign. I don't care what it looks like. Whether it's a less than or greater than or equal to, whatever it is, I don't care. That's another story. First of all, can you please, sir, ma'am, can you please change it to an equal sign? You change to them to equal signs like this. Equal sign, equal sign, equal sign. Now that you have equal signs, now you have 3 lines to sketch, and I need people who know how to sketch lines. First of all, these are the easiest lines to sketch. Minus 3 is equal to y, and y is equal to 2. Because we have on the y-axis, the first line is here at minus 3. The second one is here at 2. It should pass through these points. Right. So let's put one which passes through 2. When we are now putting it, you check the inequality, what it looked like. Did it have an or equal to? If it did, then you make it a solid line. If it didn't, then you're going to make it a dotted line. So you now look at this sign. Well, it did have an or equal to, so it has to be a solid line here on 2. So it's going to be like this. And this is the line y equal to 2. You say to me, sir, you must have lost your senses. Where is the line y equal to 2? Where does it have anything to do with this inequality? You first put the line, and line is for equations. So you better make an equation and put that line. Then you come to regions later. Let's put the second line. Minus 3 is equal to what? But look at what the inequality was like. It had no or equal to, so it's going to be a dotted one. Dotted line. Yeah. Nice dotted line. Okay. You can even space your dots a little bit more. You are getting marks already. These 4 marks of doing everything on the grid. Right. Y is equal to x minus 1. Now let me teach people how to sketch these ones. Like, listen guys, I need people who need to know how you sketch y is equal to x, y is equal to minus x, y is equal to 2x, y is equal to 4x, y is equal to half x. I need people who know how to sketch these. Let me say this, maybe. You have 2 ways. If this is this rough working? Yes. I can see that this is all empty space. You can use it for rough working. Let's say you want to sketch y is equal to x minus 1. You have, this is the other way that you can sketch it for those who are not so sure about themselves. Okay, one way you can always sketch these is, if you know the graph of y equal to x and the graph of y equal to minus x, then if they give you to say sketch minus x plus 3 or whatever, they could have said 3 minus x, right? Then you are going to rewrite it to say this is actually y is minus x then plus 3. Is actually this part, y equal to x. This is the graph. This minus 1 is just a point on the y-axis where it should pass through. So we go to minus 1. It should pass through here. Okay? Now, this graph, if it's y equal to x, then it's a graph which follows corners going up. So we start here where it starts, where it passes through. You follow the next corner because it's the graph y equal to x. Then you follow the next one. Then you follow the next one. Then you follow the next one. Then you follow. It's like you'll be doing it like that. Don't put x's because they're going to be hard to erase. But it's a line. It follows these and it keeps going like that. So it is going to start here. It should go up. You see, the graph of y equal to x goes up. So it's going to be like this. From left to right, it will be going up. So you make it go up, passing through this point which you had said. Then you do with your ruler until it gets to the end here. Great job. So what line is this, sir? This is the line y equal to x minus 1. I will be the happiest if I see students who can do this. You will remember that I told you that the graph is actually y equal to x. That's the graph. Minus 1 is just a point where it passes on the y-axis. You hear me? Right. Can you hear me, everybody? Students? Good. It's the graph y equal to x. If it was for y equal to minus x, we just follow again, corner by corner, but going down. So you start from the top going down like that. That's y equal to minus x. It goes down. Like if it was like this one, you'd see it goes down, but it must pass through 3. So you'd go to 3, and you know it's going to pass through here, but it should be going down. So it will be going down. So you'd join it, make it go down, joining corner by corner by corner. You understand? But this is not the one we want. Anyway, well done. I'm happy. I'm a very happy man. And I'm sure all of you are very happy as well. Now we'll continue. Class. Are we all together? Is there anyone with a question here? Hello? Okay. All right. Let's do this. Y equal to half x plus 4 or something. Okay. So there's one thing that you must know when you are sketching lines, because you can get many other lines somewhere else. Another way of For y equal to x and y equal to minus x, just do it this way. You don't have to do. But when you have something like this and you are not sure, one thing you must just do is first pick point number 4 on the y-axis, because it should pass through there. It's the y-intercept. You pick it. Then now you need one more point. You only need one more point. Then if you join those 2 points, you can make your line even longer. Then you have the graph. So if you want one more point, what you're going to do, you're going to say, let x equal to 0. Okay? Or you say, let y equal to 0 rather. Let y equal to 0. That is how you're going to get another point. So where there is y, you can put 0. You'd say 0 is equal to half x plus 4. Then here, obviously, you have to take this 4 to the other side. It becomes minus 4 is equal to half x. Then you have to take half to the other side. If it's a fraction, it goes to the other side. It will flip. Becomes 2 over 1 is equal to x. So you now say minus 4 times 2, that's minus 8. Divided by 1 is equal to x, which is just minus 8 is equal to x. So another important point is at negative 8. So you would have gone to negative 8. So say negative 6, negative 7, negative 8. Then on the x-axis, you see, x equal to negative 8, you cross it. Then you are going to join these 2 points. And once you have this line, you can then even extend it further. You understand? You have your line. So listen, what is the other way? The other way is just let y be 0. So you already know one point, which is this one. If they've just said y is equal to half x, that means one of the points is not 4 anymore. It's 0, because there is nothing after the half x. Then now you would still just let y be equal to 0, so that you get the other x point now, where you would now join with there, and then you have a line. Do you understand? Okay, good. So you let y equal to 0 to find the second point. You join them with a ruler. You already have a line. You just make your line a little bit longer. So 2 points, when you join them, you can get the line that you are looking for. Then you can just extend it so that it keeps going. Anyway, we have it. I'm happy. Sorry. All right. Now we have the line y equal to x minus 1. We have the line y equal. Let me do something very, very interesting. Okay? Because we are not scared. We are very confident, because we know that we use the syllabus in everything we do. Look at this syllabus for maths, students. It explains to you the second part, which I always tell you. Let me see if I can find it. I want to go to extended. This is still core. I go to extended. And what are we doing, by the way? Inequalities. Okay. Here. Right. Can everybody see this? We're in the syllabus under inequalities. Can you see that? It explains. By the way, we'll do these number lines. Don't worry. They come also, and solving. But here we're doing graphs. Can you see that it shows you 2 things? If you want to shade this region, it shows you this region, what it is. If you want to shade the region, what do? First, you have the equal sign, so that you have the line. Now, when you're doing the line, you then check what the inequality sign was like. Because this one did not have an or equal to, it means it's a dashed line. So we put a dashed line at x equal to 1. So where there is 1 on x, you do a dashed line. Can you see that? Then, here they are shading unwanted regions. So when you have the line, let's put this other line here. It's y equal to 1, right? Now you go to y1, you put an x. You need a line which passes through there. You see that this has an or equal to, yes. You can't see the screen? Who can see the screen? Is there anyone who can see the screen? Okay. Look at this, Hami. You still can't see the screen? Okay, so let me send it to you. Let me send the, check on YouTube. I've sent the link. I'm sending the link to you, Hami. You can use the YouTube. I've sent the link to you, Hami, okay? Hami? So we have y equal to 1. This is the line. Y equal to 1. Now, you go and put, since this has an or equal to, you go and put at 1 a line. So this is the line y equal to 1. This is the line x equal to 1. Don't jump steps. I don't have students that jump steps. You guys are not students that jump steps. I know that. Don't let me down. We don't jump step. Class, listen. You don't jump steps. Okay? You want to get 100. You trust me now? Don't jump steps. Do everything. Do the line. Do the line. Then now you want to shade the inequality. Change this one. This is x less than 1. You will put x greater than 1. This is the one you are shade. If they say shade the unwanted, they mean the opposite of what they gave you. So this is x less than 1. You will change the direction this crocodile is facing. Keep the x where it is. Flip the crocodile, then put the 1. So what we are shading is x greater than 1. That's the unwanted region. Because this one which they have is the wanted region. But you never shade the wanted region. You shade the unwanted region. So we are going to shade x greater than 1. And x greater than 1, when you're shading, is to the right of 1. That is where you shade. This inequality which they gave you is y is greater. You write y, you flip the inequality sign, you put 1. You now go and shade this one. Y less than. When y is less than, how do you see that? The crocodile is not facing it. It's facing something else. Crocodile always, it's the bigger thing. So it means y is less than 1. 1 is the bigger one here. So you shade below. You shade below. You shade below. Okay? Are we together? Thank you. Thank you, my favorite students. Yes, I see your hand is up. Ask the question. Come in. Ask the question. Come in. What are you looking for?
Does Brighton live here?
No, he lives F30. He's not here.
F31, you mean? So all your goods, where's his goods? His goods are there.
Yeah.
Or everything in the fridge.
F31.
The fridge is not yours.
You mean natural, right?
It's yourself, yeah.
The fridge is mine.
The fridge is yours. Sure.
Can you hear me? Yes, you can ask the question. Ask the question if you have a question. So you are seeing this from the syllabus. Huh? Can I re-explain? Okay, so let's agree as a class. So here's how you are going to remember. When you are doing a region, there are 2 steps involved. The first step, which everybody in this class needs to agree with me, is the stage of putting the line. This line. That's the first. Then there's going to be the stage of shading the region. Those are 2 steps. So the first step is for putting the, they will just say to you, shade the unwanted region. Then they say x less than 1. Then they say y greater than or equal to 1. They will just say shade the unwanted region. They're not going to tell you that you have steps. But I'm telling you, you have steps. So the first thing you do, you put lines. X equal to 1. Y equal to 1. These are the lines. At x equal to 1, we have a line. At y equal to 1, we have a line. But the line can either be solid or it can be dotted. So wake up, check, and confirm. We know we are going to put a line passing through x equal to 1, which means it will be like this, going up or down. But we need to know, is it dotted or is it going to be solid? You look at the inequality. If the inequality is only less than, that means it's a dotted line. So you put a dotted line nicely with your ruler that passes through x equal to 1. If the graph continues, you keep going down. You don't stop. You keep going down. Are we together? Are we on the same page? This is the line. For y, we know that we have the line y equal to 1. We change it to an equal sign. Y equal to 1, we want something there. So we go to 1 on the y-axis. Here we went to 1 on the x-axis. And we knew the line was supposed to pass through there. Yes, I see a hand is up. Yes, you can ask me the question. Yes, it is. It is there right now. Yeah, you can. Do you know the channel? Okay, good. So here we say now, look, we are doing y equal to 1. Y-axis 1. That point, the line has to pass through there and stay on that value at y equal to 1. So now tell me, is it solid or is it dotted? Look here. This has an O equal to, so it's going to be a solid line. So it's going to be a nice solid line. So on lines, is everybody on the same page when it comes to the lines? Is everybody on the same page when it comes to lines themselves? Students? Okay. Okay. I'm happy. If we're on the same page when it comes to lines, I'm happy. Now let's talk about regions, because the next step is now shading. So we have these equal signs to do the lines. So on the lines, everybody is fine. What is the secret for lines, sir? You put an equal sign. Don't leave it as an inequality sign. You're not going to put any line if it's an inequality. Now you have your lines. It's time for you to shade regions. This is now part 2. Regions, shading regions, part 2 of this. How do you shade regions? They always want you to shade unwanted regions. But the inequality that they give you, which is this one and this one, is the wanted one. So don't be naive. Don't shade that one. It's the wanted one. You have to shade the unwanted one. You have to shade the unwanted one. So what you do, you go with your pencil on top of the inequality you've been given, you write the vice versa of it. This one is x less than 1. So now flip this crocodile, please. You write x, then you flip the crocodile, okay? So you write x, then you flip the crocodile, then you put 1. You come here, you write y, then you flip this crocodile, it now faces there, then you put 1. I'll say to you, bravo. I'm proud of you now. That's what we're talking about. Well done. So these new ones you have made are the ones you are going to shade. These are the unwanted ones. So go ahead and shade them. X is greater than 1. So it means if crocodile is facing X, it means it's greater than. So you are shading to the right, the greater than side, which is to the right of this line. Okay? For X, when it's greater than, you shade to the right. When it's less than, you shade on the left, because that's less. If it's greater than, the unwanted region, the unwanted one here, if it is greater than, you shade to the right. If it's less than, you shade to the left. For Y, if it's greater than, you shade above. If it's less than, you shade below. Are you hearing me nicely? I said two things. I said change the inequalities so that you now have the unwanted. Now I am explaining how you shade. When Y is less than, you shade below. When Y is greater than, you shade above. This is for Y. When X is greater than, you shade on the right. When X is less than, you shade on the left. Don't let me down. Here Y is less than, so you are shading below. Thus the less than region. Below, which is here. Am I being heard? Are people hearing me? That's enough. These are your twos. This is exactly from your syllabus. Come on now. You know you are safe. I go back to it. So now we have put the lines. On the lines we are fine. The only dangerous line that I needed to explain was this one. These slanted ones, x minus 1, what. And I explained how you sketch y equal to x and what minus 1 is. Yes, ask me the question. Who has a question to ask? You can ask me the question. Ask me the question. Anyone with a question? Where is Shalom? Who has a question? Okay. Let's finish it off. Let's now shade, because you have put the lines. Now let's shade. We are good at shading. I know that. So we are ignoring the lines. Now we are shading. Look at these three inequalities. Don't worry about this one, this compound one. We opened it up. So compound inequalities, we know how to open them up. Now let's shade. Class. They will say shade the unwanted. They said what here? No, look at it. The region R satisfies these inequalities. Okay, so by shading unwanted, let's shade unwanted. We go on top of each inequality. Then we are going to change the crocodile. Only. You put Y, you change the crocodile, you put X minus 1. You put minus 3, you change the crocodile, you put Y. You put Y, you change the crocodile, you put 2. This is what you have. These are the regions to shade. Let's shade them. Y is greater than. Class. The crocodile is facing Y. Crocodile always faces the greater one. So Y is the greater one. When Y is greater, do we shade above or below? We shade above, right? So we are going to the line y equal to x minus 1. We are shading above it. You know the region after flipping the signs. If you don't flip the signs, I will literally run away from you. Because I don't know what math you're doing. It's not the one I taught you. So you go above this line and you shade that region. So you go above it, then you are going to start shading. Without even thinking twice. Shade neatly, please. Above this slanted line, all this region is being shaded. Okay? There's a little bit of a controversy here because the question is, what about here? Do I also shade this part? Because it's not really above this line, but yes, if this line had continued, then it would have been above it, so you have to just shade. So you just have to shade. All right. Now, for those who can shade by going like this, you know, something like this with your crayon, you can do it like, I don't know, like this. I don't know. I'll find out more about shading. What is the best way to shade, which is neat? Because putting lines may confuse because you also have the lines that are governing your thing. So I don't know if shading with a pencil softly like this is better. But I think the best way could be to put boxes, you know, square boxes. You put these lines, then you put the boxes with your ruler like this or something like that. I don't know. We'll find out. Or putting dots like this, shading that region or something. But yeah, for me, I have the liberty because I have highlighters, I have all this. So I'm actually shading also like this in case. I'm shading also like this, nice and neat. So this whole region, for me, this whole region is already shaded. Well done, wow, okay. So the region above, you've done it, yes. So this one, I'm done with him. Now I go here, y is less than. The crocodile is not facing y. The crocodile is facing 3, so y is less than. Because the crocodile ain't facing him. So I'm shading below at y, at negative 3 equal to y. I'm shading below because the crocodile is not facing y. So I'm going to shade below it as well. So I'm going to add with this shading. Below this red line, I'm shading this region as well. They don't want it. Clearly they don't want it. So I'll shade it. Then the last region is y greater than 2. So this is above the line y equal to 2. I go to the line y equal to 2. I shade above it, the part which has not yet been shaded, which is here. So now I end up with something like this. And the region which is left is going to be R. This is the region which satisfies the inequality. And I am done. Do I have anyone with a question here? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, do I have anyone with a question? So there's the part of sketching. Then they can give you a sketch and ask you to describe. I think for me not to have you guys mix up things, I think I'm going to only give you the part of sketching tonight. Then if everybody gets 100% on the sketching part, then we'll do the describing. I will give you only the questions that say shade, 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 right? If you're good at that, if you get 90s on that one, that means now you can actually do the one which says describe. Do you agree with me? Students? Right? Instead of doing all in one. Instead of doing everything in one. Right? Am I correct? Let's do this part. Shading the unwanted region Y, blah, 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 blah. This is the last one I'm doing, and I know you're done with this, and I'll give you assignments on this. Put the lines, put the lines, put the lines. Then sketch them. Y equal to 3, you go to 3 on the y-axis. You see, was it an or equal to or just a less than? It was just a less than. So it's a dotted line at 3. Y equal to 3 on the y-axis, the 3. X equal to 3, we go on the x-axis, we put 3. Then you see what, x equal to 2 rather, sorry. So you go on 2. And you see that this was a less than or equal to, so there was an or equal to, so it's going to be a solid line which passes through this point. It's going to be like this. Then you see this one, y equal to x. This is the graph of y equal to x, but it passes through 3 on the y-axis. So you go to 3, it passes through here, but it's the graph y equal to x, which means it goes from corner to corner like this. So it'll be like this, going up, so it will be like this. Then it keeps going up until it gets here. So this line is actually this one. Right, this is y equal to x plus 3. This is y equal to 3. This is x equal to 2. Now you go above each of the inequalities. You flip them. So this is why you change the crocodile. Yes. Oh, okay. Actually, on this one, we made a mistake again. Because this was not or equal to. It's just less than. So this should be dotted. I don't know why you guys didn't tell me. So this is dotted. It's supposed to be dotted. Why is it that nobody said, this one's supposed to be dotted, sir? Stuff like that. Okay, this is the last question I'm doing. I don't know why you didn't tell me that this is not solid. It's actually a dotted line. Anyway, we now go and we flip each of the inequalities. This is x less than, you change it to be like this. This is y less than, you change the crocodile to face it like this. Then you start shading the regions. Here we have y greater than 3. So we go to the line y equal to 3. We shade above it because y should be greater than 3. So you shade above it like that. Good. Then above the line, y equal to 3. Then we go to x equal to 2. We are going to do x greater than. The crocodile is facing x. So x is greater than. So we are shading on the right of this x equal to 2. So we go to x equal to 2. We shade on its right, which is this part, which is the part which is left. On its right, we shade. Then you go to y equal to x plus 3. Then you're going to shade y greater than. So you shade above this slanted line. We shade above it. The y greater than. So we shade above the slanted line. Then we remain with the region, which is the region we'll call our R. There we go. Region R. Thank you. Thank you so much for your attention. Right. So for maths, we are done, right? We don't have anyone with a question, right? Anyone with a question on sketching inequalities? No one? So now we'll do how to describe sketches. That's the next thing we should do. We'll do that tomorrow, obviously. And we'll be describing a sketch which is given already. I first have to give you assignment and I want to see 100%. Well done to those who got 100 for me. Well done. Well done, Misha. Well done, Shalom and Karabu. Right. Now let me stop this lesson and check the register. Then we will go on to the next thing. Yes. Pardon? Yes, later on.